to the next episode of On the RoadCast with my dear, dear, dear friend, Lexi Reyngo, who is the singer of Spaced. Welcome.
Hello! Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
Lexi. So great to have you. How are you?
I'm good. I had the day off, so I'm just like peak chill right now.
Beautiful. You're a teacher, right? Apart from being a rock star.
Yeah, I substitute teach, so I was literally at school all week, and then spring break started today, so I'm off for
Hell
like
yeah.
a week until we leave for like a week-long tour next Friday. So,
What's up next for Space? Tell us all about it. I haven't seen you in a long time. I want to know what's going on.
we were supposed to be on tour. We were supposed to do a full US and got canceled. Just some stuff happened, but like we're all good. The headlining band is all good. Like we're making it back. We were able to like salvage some of the like off day like shows that we had just for ourselves. So like we were supposed to play Kansas City, Missouri, which like is in the Midwest, like literally smack
Mhm.
dab middle of the country. Um and so we were playing there and then Indianapolis like a week later. So we were like, why don't we just like fill in that week? So shout out our agent and like all the promoters. He like hit them up and like got everything booked within like 4 or 5 days. And
Oh my God.
now we're doing like a nice little Midwest run, and it's like just us and like doing some like DIY shows that like we don't really do super much anymore. But like when we get to do them, it's like, I don't know, it just feels like home. Like that's what we love to do.
That's where you come from, right? You are like an OG hardcore fan. You just loved the music, loved the bands, and then one day you were like, "Hey, friends, let's fucking start a band," right?
Yeah, kind of. So like I have been going to like shows of any sort. I started going when I was like 18 just because like I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so there wasn't like anything around me. But when I went to college, I was like, oh, like I can go to shows and like see my bands that I really love. And so I started going to shows in like 2015, and like I want to say like shortly afterwards I got into hardcore and like started listening to like Every Time I Die, and they're from Buffalo. So like kind of like I was like, all right, hell yeah, like I want to get more into this. And like then it was like Knocked Loose and just like a like I started sucking it all in. Like any band that like I saw, I was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to them. Like Harm's Way, Jesus Peace, um, Terror. Like it was just like all kinds of bands, and I got super into it. And in 2019, I saw Have Heart do their like reunion show, and it was the huge one with like 30,000 people outside. And it was just like so inspiring. I was like, I gotta get more into this and like actually like go to local shows and like figure out what's going on in Buffalo. So I was getting tattooed by Donnie, who plays guitar in Space. And I told him about this because he's been going to shows for like 15 plus years. And he was like, dude, you should start a band. I was like, me? I don't know. And, like, he was like, no, you should do it. And I was like, I'll start going to shows and we'll see how that goes. And like, I started going to shows, and then like one day he was like, so I wrote some demos with Dan, who is my fiance. So they like did this without like telling me. And he's like, and then we got John and Joe involved, and we have this band and a demo, and now we just need you to do vocals. And I was like, oh, okay. So we were
I'm
like
gonna say
planning.
this. I mean, it's hard to just start doing hardcore vocals like that.
Yes.
Like, you can't just like fucking, it's not like singing. You have to practice that shit.
Right.
Yes. And I was practicing in my car. Like I would be
Oh my
driving
God.
home. I was working an office job at the time, so I would like, and I had like a 20-minute commute back to my apartment. So I'd just be like driving home, and I would like put on like Nonstop Feeling by Turnstile, and I would just like scream along to it. Because I found that I was better at yelling than like the like kind of like the throat type of like
Mhm.
screaming that like Brian Garris is like a good example. Like I tried to do that. It's like, ooh, not for me. So I like found that like I'm better at like projecting from like my stomach rather than like my head. Um, but they told me this at the end of 2019, and we like had planned to like start working on it like early 2020, and then obviously like the world shut down. So
Mhm.
we chilled on it for like a minute, and then like that summer, like it was like okay to hang out with small groups of people as long as like you felt like okay. So like we got together like I want to say 2 or 3 times and like wrote the lyrics and like started like demoing, and it was just like we had the demo ready, but legit didn't put it out for like another year because we wanted to wait till shows were gonna start happening again. So like yeah, 2021 we dropped the demo, and then it blew up more than we expected it to. So
Was it I'm sorry. Was it discouraging for you? I mean, I would imagine it. Your like friends ask you, "Oh, well, let's maybe you should do vocals. We should start a band," and then you're like on fire for it. You're like, "All right, let's fucking go." You practice in your car. You do all this stuff to kind of get it going, and then the world shuts down. Was it discouraging to you because you were kind of like stopped in your tracks, or were you like, "All right, fuck, I have more time to kind of get into it and
I
practice on my
definitely
vocals," or
yeah, I felt like I was like, okay, great, I have more time because I was not ready. Like I like would have done it because like at the end of the day, like anybody who is like an outsider from like hardcore, they listen to this and they're like, what the fuck is this? So like if I sounded like shit, no one would care because that's kind of how it's supposed to sound. Um, but it was nice because then it was like, okay, I got time. And I feel like even in the pandemic, I like really immersed myself into like hardcore. Like I was listening to like anything that was dropping, any type of band that I saw on Twitter or like Instagram. I was like, I'm gonna listen to that. And like that's how I discovered like bands like Drain and like Tsunami and stuff like that. And like those big bands, because that was when they were like just releasing stuff. And then they blew up because everybody was just at home doing nothing and like listening.
and be
So
pissed
I
off
don't know.
because you can't do anything.
Yeah, literally.
So, hey,
But
that's the
Is
first time someone has said anything positive about the pandemic. It gave you time to practice your skill. Hey, that's good.
exactly.
is there anyone you said you listen to all of these hardcore bands and stuff? Is there anyone you specifically picked to kind of sound like them? If you, I don't know if you have a vocal background before you started in that hardcore band.
I like feel like I've like taken like little bits and pieces of like a lot of my favorite like front people. But around that time, I was like listening to Big Kiss Goodnight by Trapped Under Ice, like I think every single day, like for a month at least. And I was just at home and like I was going to shows all the time pre-pandemic. And like I still do, obviously, but I was like, I have no way of like having that feeling. So I was just like binge watching like Hate 5 6 videos. And I was just like watching old sets and like it was Trapped Under Ice, like Turnstile, Terror, like Angel Dust, like, and I was just like kind of taking all of that in and just like trying to find some sort of like I needed that or like to scratch the itch of like going to shows. So I was like watching a lot of live sets, and yeah, like Justice Trip is like a huge inspiration for me. Brendan from Turnstile, like even now, like I find that like his vocal style is so interesting. And like Scott Vogel, I feel like Scott is like my perfect person to pick like my banter and like crowd calls and stuff like that. Like I was like, "Oh, I can ask for stage dives?" So like I was like, "Stage
But
dive, stage like
the very cool
he
thing is now you say this, you're like, oh, Scott Vogel, blah, blah. You toured with those guys. Like, you
yeah,
know them personally. It's like, they say never meet your heroes, but feel like
Right.
you've had pretty, like, great experiences when it comes to that.
yeah. I saw him last night. So I was just like, "Hey."
What's up,
Oh
Like
my God.
Scott?
yeah, like there's a local show last night and I was like, "Hey." And he was like, I don't know, it was like two bands in. He's like, "I'm going home. I'm tired." And he's like, "But I wanted to say hi to you." I was like, "Hi, buddy." He's the
Cute.
best. I love
That's
him.
so
Oh, he's
nice.
awesome.
It's full circle.
Wow, that's amazing. And to be honest, like, knowing that your band didn't really exist pre-pandemic or did exist but didn't play shows until after the pandemic was done, you've come quite far in a very short amount of time. Because I mean, we did Europe together. That was 1.5 years ago or so. Like, you've
Hmm.
made a lot of big steps in a very short time. I mean, the music, obviously, people love it and all, but there must be a lot of like management stuff, a lot of hustle in the background that people don't really see that you guys put in next to your day-to-day jobs, right?
Yeah, I mean, like up until like I think 2 years ago, it was just us like grinding, and like we had an agent over in Europe, but like for the most part, like we were doing everything on our own. Like we were reaching out to people to like record. We were like we do our own demos. Like I was booking our shows. Like I booked a full US basically on my own. And
Oh my God.
like for anybody who's listening to this that isn't from the US, that's fucking hard. Like it
Yeah.
was like 5 weeks of shows that I like and like shout out the internet straight up because like I was like, okay, who books in like Los Angeles? Okay, I can do that. Oh, who books in Seattle? All right, I can go to them. And like it's so nice because like hardcore is such like a small community that feels so large that like you might be like, I'm gonna reach out to this promoter, but like they kind of book all the big bands. I don't know if they'll be cool with us. And then they're like, oh my God, space, of course. And I'm like, me? Like little me? So it like, yeah, like we were doing everything on our own, like the money management, like reaching out to merch companies and like doing all of that stuff and like figuring out like album promo and stuff like that until like we got onto like bigger labels and stuff like that was all on our own. And I mean, like, it's fun. Like, for the most part, it's fun, but like, it's also stressful as fuck. So,
Yeah, when you get to a certain point where just the five of you can't really do it anymore because right now you're going on all the bigger tours. You need people in the background to work for the band. But yeah, I mean, that's how it should go to take those next steps. And I think you guys did really well in a very short amount of time. So yeah, congrats on that. Definitely.
thank you.
Very
That's
impressive.
Yeah.
Also,
insane.
we have to mention it, there's not a lot of females in the scene, any music scene,
Mm-mm.
but especially the hardcore scene. And you're fucking killing it out there. It's so fucking hard. And I loved seeing, you get your nails done, you put on your makeup, and you go on stage and you fucking scream into people's faces and push them off stage. And it's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it also takes a lot of work to keep all of that up. So kudos.
Yeah. Shout out setting spray. Like, that stuff saves me.
Yeah.
See,
It
I
works.
need to get like better setting spray because last summer we were in Europe. I was sweating so much. And my eyeliner and mascara would just like drip down. And I have like
But that's
at
hard.
least yeah, I was like, who fucking cares? Like whatever. But I remember specifically we played Vienna last year and I can't remember the name of the venue, but it was like this like
Arena,
whole yes,
Flex,
it was small. I
Viper
uh,
can't
Room?
remember the name.
Fenster,
Yes. Um
Fenster.
and and that's like you walk in, you're like, oh, there is no airflow at all. So, and it
Oh,
was like 90 degrees. So I was like, fuck it, let's go. And I
Yeah, all the
remember
setting
like,
spray.
and I was like, I wash my hair like every 4 days because my hair is so curly. So and I think I was like on day 4, and I was like, let's pin these bangs back because my hair is greasy as hell. And like I put it up in like little buns. But because of that, my sweat was just like going down my forehead and like into my eyes. And I remember in the middle of like a song, I was like, "Oh, I can't see a thing." And then
You need
afterwards,
your
like,
bangs.
yeah, I do. And then afterwards, like, literally my makeup was just like all down my face. And I was like, no one cares. Like, whatever.
No one cares, but look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah, I do need
You
to get
care.
better setting spray because I care. Yeah.
Drop your setting
Well,
spray recommendations. I was talking to Steph from Punitive Damage. She recommended her setting spray to me because I was like, damn, this is post show and you look this good. And she was like, yeah, my setting spray is the best, but I forgot. I got to message her. I'll let you know,
I,
Lexi.
yes, please do. I
No,
was
no
using the,
gatekeeping here.
yeah, I was using the one size setting spray for a long time, but it's like $40 a bottle. And sometimes I can't afford that. So, well, like I
gotta
can,
get
but
some
it's
better
like,
guarantees. Put it on the rider. Just put it on the rider.
yeah,
Like, I
where's
need
my
this.
discount code?
I was gonna say that would be the funniest call up ever for a hardcore band to do like a Maybelline, you know,
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
sponsor.
yeah.
I would
Let's put you
love.
in an ad. Like let's Maybelline, if you're listening, get this girl a deal.
Or like Lady Gaga's like makeup line, like, "Hey girl, I'm a performer too." Like, I'll
Exactly.
I would happily be a
Set her
sponsor.
up.
You know those Heidi Klum Vela, hairspray things where she like goes through like rain and storms and she's like, hair still, still great because of like this and this spray. You should do that on like a performance kind of thing and be like, setting spray, makeup still.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm getting ideas.
I know, I like this. I like where we're going.
Okay, sorry. Enough about makeup. Back to the regular scheduled program.
Lexi, I have a question for you. Is there
Hmm.
something crucial you would have liked to know before you got yourself into the music industry? If anybody would have told you, like, do this or don't do this or this is going to be like this, is there anything like that you can think of? Like, what the hell? I didn't know that. Would have liked to know that.
I eh, I mean, like maybe this isn't just exclusive to the music industry, but I would have liked to know that like it's okay to like punish, I guess, like singers or like artists that you love because 9 times out of 10 they're going to be like really nice to you. Like I'm like I like straight up until like I don't know, probably 3 years into the band, like anytime we went on tour, we were like so quiet and scared to talk to like whatever bands we were on tour with until like 3 or 4 days in. And like I remember we toured with Military Gun in the US and we
One
were
of my
like,
favorite bands.
I love them. But like we were just like we didn't like we were one of four on the bill, so we were like we got to make sure, and it was like our first big tour, so we're like we got to make sure that we are on our best behavior. We cannot like let these people think that we are amateurs and blah blah blah. So like we never went into the green room because we were like that's their space, like we don't want to invade it. And I remember like I think it was like the fourth day in, we were like in Boston, and there were three green rooms, and like three of the bands had green rooms, we didn't. And we were like, that's fine. Like, we don't need a green room. Like, we'll just hang out at the merch table. And I remember I was like doing something at the merch table, and this is before doors opened. And Ian came up and he's like, what the fuck are you doing out here? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, come hang out with me. And I was like, okay. And so I like went to the green room and he
Oh my
was like, get a
God.
drink. And I was like, okay. And he was like, no, let's hang out. And
Oh,
I was like,
that's so
okay. And
cute.
like I know it, and like that was like the moment where I was like, I'm allowed to like, like any of us are allowed to be in this green room, like, and
Of
if
course.
a band is like yelling at the opener for being in the green room, it's like, okay, why are you acting like that? But like, so ever since then, it's like all of us are like, we're allowed to be in the green room, we're allowed to hang out, like they want us
Yeah,
here.
it that there's a difference between like punishing people and just like hanging out or just like sitting down or taking a moment for yourself. If you would have been like, yeah, let's like be best friends from day one, he might have been made annoyed a little
Yeah,
bit, but it's just like, if as long as you're respectful, and I hate when bands shut out other bands from green rooms. It's just not cool. Like, and because everyone starts somewhere
yeah,
Mm.
and
and
they've
like
been in
it's
that
the
position probably, so why would you do that?
and those are like communal spaces, like I don't know, like we're all allowed to like go in there and grab a water, like we're allowed to be there.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
not like you're gonna walk into the headliner's green room and be like, I'm just gonna take that liquid IV and the Gatorade. Thanks. It's not
Yeah,
like
and like start eating the chips and salsa.
right.
And drink all the beers, all of them.
Yes,
Drink all the beers.
like that's a no-no, but like going in and
That's a
hanging
no-no.
out is okay.
So I guess that was like a very like defining like moment for you on tour. It seems like. Do you have any other memories of moments where you were like, "Oh, this was super fucking sick. I'll never forget that."
Would we just like toured with Terror in the fall? We did like a week of shows with them, and like I've known Scott for a few years now, but like
Does he
that
live in
tour, I
Buffalo
was
too?
yeah, he moved to Buffalo during the pandemic, so because he's from Buffalo originally, so he moved back from California. But um, like so, me and him have like been friends, but like after that, I'm like, that's my friend. Like, and I don't know, me and him would just like hang out at the shows. And like, I remember we played Columbus, Ohio, and they were playing Stick Tight. And I was like, I'm going to go in the pit. So I like went in there and I was like singing along, and he saw me and he's like, take the mic, take the mic. I was like, okay. And so I got up there and I like did a guest spot like without him asking. And he's asked me to do guest spots before, so I was like, I'll take the mic. But I like did that, and he was like, all right, you got to do that every night now. And I was like, okay. So like just
Sick.
like kind of being recognized by him and being like, take the mic. Like, you know the words. I don't want to do it. You could do it.
Oh, this is a Scott
I would have shut
Vogel
my pants.
appreciation episode.
Yeah. But like Andrew's done that too. Like on the last show of the Comeback Kid tour that you and I were on, like he was like, Lexi, please take the mic. He's like, I really don't want to do this part. And I was like, okay.
I have a really bad memory of the last show because someone tried to pay down a midway set, and I was like, "It's quiet now," and no one could help me. And I was like, "Something's wrong. I can't run away from front of house." And it took them a couple of songs until they figured it out. So I was really
Yeah.
pissed, but it was a good show.
Yeah. I mean, like
um,
it ended on a high note.
yeah, and then we got super fucking drunk after that show, and I can say this because he will never listen to it. Do you remember that blue jacket that Andrew was wearing the whole tour and like the 5 years prior to this, every single day, no matter if it's winter or summer? We
Hmm.
call it the dictator because it has this like collar. And on
Even I
that night,
remember it.
on
It
that
wasn't even
night,
on the
I
fucking tour.
finally, oh no, it was like this jacket was his identity for
The
years.
staple,
And
I know.
it was so filthy. And on that night, I got so drunk, I finally took that dictator jacket and I hid it somewhere in Belgium. And the story comes back to you guys because he was like also super wasted last night at tour. Next day we go to the airport and go home, and he was frantically looking for it at some point of the night, and we were all like, we don't know, I don't know. And then
What jacket?
next time I saw you guys was at Yperfest in Belgium. That was, I don't know,
Like,
like months, even a year.
yeah, I think it was like at least 6 to 9 months. Yeah.
And that was in
Yes.
Belgium too. And we go to Yperfest, and this guy who was the promoter for that show back then comes to me. He's like, "Oh, I found this jacket when you guys left," and he
Was it
brought it to
Bruno?
Yperfest. I don't remember his Matthias. I think Matthias was his name,
Oh, okay.
and he brought it to Yperfest, and I was like, "Fuck!" It keeps following us, but because I wanted to fuck with Andrew, I took the jacket and I just put it in the green room, and he came in and he was like, "Oh, oh, who put?" He was so confused saying if you know him, you know how fucking funny that moment was. But yeah, that's the story about the dictator jacket. And yeah, he took it back home with him, so we might see him again in that filthy little piece of fabric.
Well,
Please
next
make
time
fun
I
of
see
him.
him, and if it's like just like toss aside somewhere, I'll hide it somewhere.
Please
Well,
do. Please
yeah.
let's keep making a thing out of this.
And if Andrew,
Okay.
if you are listening to this, you did not hear that.
Okay, next question, Lexi, for you. Sorry for we're a little
No,
bit
I
okay.
love
We didn't
this.
mention this just yet. We did tell you before the podcast. We just came back from a birthday party because we were 6 hours ahead of you, and we both got a little drunk. But we went to get chicken nuggets at McDonald's, and we're good now. But that's why we're talking so much. Next question for you: um, What's your
Speaking of
favorite tour
food,
snack?
what's your
My
tour
favorite
snack?
tour food. Okay, in the States, we love to get Domino's, like
Mm.
pizza, because it's really easy to customize it to make it vegan. You like just get it without cheese, and there's a specific crust that's vegan. I'm vegetarian, so like I get the normal crust, but like John and Joe are vegan. So like we love to get Domino's, and like usually we'll just pick up like four pizzas, and like it's around like $50, which is like not bad for like a full meal for everybody. So we do that a lot. But in Europe, you will find me at the local kebab stand, and I will be getting a falafel wrap.
Hell yeah, I
More
respect that.
often than we would like to admit, that's the answer from the American people. It's like a kebab.
It's
That's where
so
it's at.
good.
And I'm like, that's true. It's pretty good.
Shout
Pretty
out to
good.
the Turkish cuisine that we kind of make our own.
It's actually, Lexi, I'm gonna fill you in on a very well kept secret. A kebab is actually not Turkish food, which a lot of people think. it was invented in Germany, in Berlin.
Oh,
The more you
that makes
know.
sense.
Yeah.
Somehow
I
The
all
feel
the
more
like,
you know.
Turkish people open kebab stands then.
But I think
I
it
mean,
was
like,
from an immigrant, but it's from Berlin.
yeah, I mean, like, I feel like Germany is like the place that they are the easiest to find. So that makes sense. And you don't pay that much for a huge freaking wrap of it. Like, it's perfect. Yeah, big, like, hefty or like long one.
Lexi, I have another question for you, and then I think Connie has one more. Do you have a piece of wisdom for anyone who would want to follow your footsteps and get themselves into the music industry?
Um, yeah, I think the like best advice I can give them is that don't be intimidated because like no one is mad that you're like showing up to shows. If anything, everybody wants you to be there. So like don't think like, oh, like I'm going to my first hardcore show, like I don't know, like I'm scared, like and like don't get me wrong, like going into a male dominated space is terrifying as for like a woman or any non-men. But like those guys just want you to like come and have fun. And if they don't, then they don't belong in the scene. So
Right.
because like I remember like when I started going to hardcore shows, I was like, these guys are scary. And now they're like some of my really good friends. And they were like, yeah, we're happy to have you there. Like we just want everybody to have fun because that's what it's all about. And like, I don't know, like any punk scene, any punk alternative scene is like small enough that like you just want heads there. Like you want people there, you want people moshing, you want people dancing and like having a good time. So it's like, just don't be afraid. Like, the, I don't want to say no one cares that you're there because, like, we do care. We want you to be there, but like, no one is judging you for being there or like showing up for the first time. If anything, like, that should be an excuse to be like, hi, I'm new here. I've never been to a show. My name is so and so. And like, people have done that to me. Like, they'll come up to me and be like, this is my first show. And I'm like, dude, what's your name? Where are you from? Like, what got you here? And like, I try to like welcome them in because it's like, I wanted people to do that for me. Like I wanted to people to be like, "Hey, welcome. This is your first show. Like my name is so and so. Like let's go have some fun." So,
But yeah, that's what it's all about, right?
yeah.
And okay, we hit the 30-minute mark, so one last question before you go on about your
Before
day
we have to
and
go to
we go
bed,
the fuck to bed. Yeah, it's past our bedtime
I
actually.
have to pack.
Um,
So,
yeah, going on tour tomorrow. I'm leaving on
Oh,
Tuesday.
yay.
Godspeed.
Ugh.
I'm excited.
Oh,
It's going to be fine.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
it's
It's going
not.
to be
exciting, but
great.
packing for tour is like the worst.
It's pretty bad,
Okay,
but
here's
we're getting there.
another little detour. I think a guy can bring a
So,
pair of pants and like five t-shirts and they'll be just fine. Like I've had conversation with the guys I tour with and they were like, well, it's been 3 weeks and I haven't changed my pants once. Yay. And they are like proud of it. And then I'm here packing for a tour and I have a list of every single day and I'm like, as far as I can anticipate, I like look at the weather and I like make a list of fucking things I wear. And oh, if I bring these pants, I can bring these and these tops because that kind of goes well with each other.
Yes.
And it's such a hard thing to do because again, look good, feel good, play good. You want to look good, but it's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And our like the standard for us is just a little higher. Just wanted to say that. So I'm extra
is it?
proud of how good we usually look. All the three
I
of us and all other women
yeah.
included.
You got to bring your skincare, you got to bring your makeup, you got to bring your hair stuff, like
Everything.
underwear,
God.
socks, bras, like
I don't need
Yeah.
bras. Thankfully, I have very small
good
boobs.
for you.
I I I sometimes don't either, but
I'm a bralette
you know,
person, so no underwire
I,
here.
Oh, hell yeah. Girl. No, you know what's the worst? I'm gonna take another detour here and talk about under boob sweat if you're fucking flat chested. How is that legal? How is it possible? Like, I work a festival or I don't know, a tour, and I'm always wearing black. And I'm like, oh, well, it's a nice summer day. It's fine. And then I have no boobs, but all the boob sweat. Anyways, detour. Maybe we have to cut some of this out. But I'm just sad, okay?
that the 100% going to leave that in.
No, and
This
that
is
you
the
as
real
you
talk.
should. It's
Boob
Okay.
important.
sweat. Lexi, this is the most
Any
unhinged
other
episode
sweat?
we've ever taken.
I
Any
love
other
it. I'm having so
sweaty
much fun.
body parts Any other sweaty body parts you want to talk about? My
Is
ass
it sweaty?
crack. So no,
I
I'm
never
kidding.
have problems with my ass crack. Lexi, what about you on
Oh,
stage? Do you get a sweaty ass crack? Is that a thing?
yeah, I get a sweaty ass crack. I get the boob sweat. Like usually if I take my bra off, it's just like right in the middle. Um, my armpits aren't that bad. I sweat profusely from my forehead.
That's what the
Like my
bangs are
bangs are
for.
wet. Yeah. Um, and that happened. That didn't happen before until we played Lyon, France, and we it was like a 98-degree day. We played this tiny bar, and it was somehow hotter. And you walked in, and it felt like a sauna, and I just started dripping sweat. And after our set was amazing. Shout out Lyon. But I looked like I took a shower. And ever since then, I sweat so bad from my forehead and like my head. It
So
like
it just
unclogged
Amazing.
happened
something.
one
Yeah.
day in Lyon, France. Your body was like, I'm gonna sweat like crazy from now on.
Yeah, like John has said, he's like, dude, you did not sweat before that. And I was like, I know.
I could make a
So
What's
really
up in
I don't
bad
know.
Lyon?
joke
What
about
up?
the French, but I'm not gonna because I have stuff to do in France,
You
so I don't want
should.
to be assassinated. But I would have an explanation for that. I'm gonna give that to you offline. Anyways, I
Okay,
really gotta go to bed.
last question. Last
Yes.
question, Lexi. What is your favorite tour jam song, music that hypes you up on tour before show, after show? What's your song?
Oh, it's hard to pick a song specifically. I really love pop music. Like
Mm.
it's just I will say currently in like like on tour that we were just on before it got canceled, I listened to a lot of Slater, and she just released an album called Worst Girl in America, and it's like just like sleazy, messy pop music, like Kesha 2.0 type of music, and like Charlie XCX, and like I she has a song called Crank It. It's just like loud and like I just like listen to it, I'm like, yes.
Yeah. You know what? A lot of people who are in like a heavy music scene need something completely else to neutralize. So pop music totally tracks.
Yeah,
Do
like I'll be
I
listening.
listen to pop or country too. Like
Yeah. I
fair
mean, like
enough.
I'm listening to hardcore every day too, but like I love pop music, especially when you're on tour and you're surrounded by like heavy music constantly. Like I get tired of it. I gotta listen to the girls.
Right. Okay, one last thing I want to drop because I just want to say it on some kind of record. I saw this new movie with Margaret Robbie and Jacob Elordi, Wuthering Heights, and
Oh
God, it was
yeah,
so beautiful. I loved it. I love the scenery. I love the like I don't know, just everything beautiful. I love that it was
because
tragic.
you're
But
into
the music,
Renaissance porn, Connie, and medieval
exactly.
porn
And you know
space, and
what?
we
I,
Me
talked about
too.
I
this.
love
Am I the only
I
one?
love medieval porn.
Okay, detour. Another
What?
detour. No, 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 no. Connie and I went on a road trip once and she has audiobooks. She loves audiobooks. And we were on this super long road trip
I'm
as if we don't
blushing.
travel enough already. And we were listening to this. I was just barely hanging on because I was like, oh my God, what the hell? And it was full on medieval porn in an audiobook. And then I was like just talking. I was saying something. Connie was like, now I have to rewind. And
Quiet.
she was like getting super stressed out because it was the naughty scene. And she really rebound. It was so funny.
Dude,
I
that's
mean, get your
awesome.
freak on, but it was really funny.
I can't listen to like spicy books on audiobooks just because like I literally would be driving and I'm like, oh my God. And I
I'll
like
send
cut.
you some stuff.
Yeah. But girl, I'm reading it.
Ooh, I know, I love it. So what I wanted to say is that Charlie XCX did the whole music for that movie, and
Yes.
I'm not into the hyper pop that she usually does, but that film music is
Oh,
fucking beautiful, and I listen to it every day.
yeah, that album
Piece
is
of art,
amazing. I love it.
piece of art. Okay, we kept you for too long with our little
It was
detours
so
and
much
side stories
fun.
today. I hope we can all hang out in person at some point when you guys are
Yes.
back in Europe.
Yeah, next time we're in
Vicky
Europe,
lives
we'll
in
hang out.
Arizona, so
Well,
if you pass through
I'm
like
in
Phoenix,
Vienna and I travel. It's like I'm all over the place. I don't know where I live.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
you guys
just pay
should meet too.
taxes everywhere, apparently. That's what I do. I, I pay taxes in Uganda. I've never been there, but that's okay. It's another talk, another podcast. Victoria's tax problems. Yeah, I hope the next years, decades, everything is gonna go super well, and then I'm gonna catch you at a show once. That would be great.
Oh,
Um,
yes. Yeah. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining us, and have a great night. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
enjoy your
you.
the rest of your day off.
I will.
Cool. Bye.